I feel like my role here this evening might be the guy who's looking back, and Amy is looking forward. And as I thought about how Goshen could become the kind of place that it is today, I identified what I think are 10 kind of essential elements, and if you'll indulge me, I'll just list those for you. And then that kind of brings us to you. One, I think, is the Elkhart County economy. There have always been jobs here. Elkhart County has historically been one of the lowest, if not the lowest, unemployment rates in the nation. The cost of living is very affordable, and some have referred to Elkhart County as the canary in the coal mine, because when things are about to get good, we get good very quickly. The downside of it is when things are bad, we get bad very quickly. You know, there were some projections that we had anywhere from 23 to 25% unemployment in the post-2008, if you include Amish and undocumented workers. The second thing is that I think northern Indiana was, at that point, a destination point, Amish country, recreational vehicles, Notre Dame, a huge impact on regional economy, the Lakes District. Thirdly, I think Goshen College has had a significant impact. As a liberal arts school, it's introduced every person going through to arts appreciation, arts history, and at least one studio course for most people. So Goshen College produces folks who have an understanding, a bit of an understanding at least, and an appreciation for the arts. And I think that over time makes a huge difference. The fourth thing was in the person of Larry Swartzendruber, who took it on himself to have a vision of producing that covey of producing artists and craftsmen. At the old bag factory, when it was at its most successful point, there were 23 producing artists and craftsmen, and it established its identity as that kind of place. And I know that Larry had lots of opportunities to rent space to people who weren't artists and craftsmen, but he held out in large part for his vision, hoping that it could be a unique destination point. So there was kind of a visionary person involved there. Elkhart County Convention and Visitor Center. For about 30 years at least, they brought a large budget to promote the area, the arts, business, and manufacturing. The next three I'd like to lump together: the Downtown Goshen Chamber of Commerce, Dave Pottinger, and the City of Goshen. With respect to the Chamber of Commerce, the relationship between artists and the Chamber, and the old bag factory and the Chamber, were not always good. In the early stages of the development of the old bag factory in the mid-'80s, the downtown was experiencing a dramatic reduction. Local downtown businesses were being squeezed by malls, by strip malls, by box stores. It was a tough, tough time. The old bag factory was outside of the downtown, and initially we had, in the first 5 years, I think we had really a burst of success. And I think we were seen by the Chamber as a kind of just one more threat to the downtown, because we were drawing folks away from the downtown. I remember, in fact, some of us artists and our businesses of 1, 2, and 3, and 4 people wanted to join the Chamber, and they said, well, here's the full fee, pay up. You know, for a one-person artist's business, pretty hard to do that. One of the first signs that there was a change, and I should say, there was bad blood, but it was on both sides. We were cocky and arrogant and young and and idealistic. And the guys, mostly men, and the few women who were downtown were the age that I am now, my mid-60s. They'd had a life and a way of working that worked really well for them, and it was changing. And they were saying, "No, stop! Don't do that! Don't change! Just give me a few more years." But there was a reconciliation. It took a change on our side. I say our, those of us who were at the old bag factory, to be a little more gracious and understanding, and on the Chamber side. And I think one of the one of the marks of a full incorporation was offering some reduced rates for membership in the chamber to artists under the umbrella of the Old Bag Factory. And there were even a couple of years when some of the business of the years in Goshen were some of the craftspeople and artists at the Old Bag Factory. And that, to me, symbolized a full embrace of those businesses. So that's 1/3 of this local thing. Dave, I didn't realize you were going to be here, but I'll say what I had to say either. So, you know, we're so fortunate to have a person like you who've had this combination of the vision and the means to, and this hardworking spirit that you have to do the kind of remodeling of space, and what I would call a visionary rental practice. You have done things that aren't necessarily normal for people who are landlords, and you've made so many efforts, many I probably don't know about even, to make spaces that are available to people like me and like you as artists. You also were instrumental in visioning the guild system we've got going that's impacting enormous amounts of people. I wrote here, and I'll just say it, I think that you set the bar for inclusivity, creativity, and vision, and I think we're really lucky to have had a person like you here. Thank you. And now if we look at the city of Goshen,
I couldn't have said it better, but I would agree with all of that 100%.
In a more contemporary fashion now, and in no particular order, you see things like First Friday, Good of Goshen, Arts Tour, Mayor's Arts Council, Amy's Job that's funded, Arts in the Mill Race, Hawks Building, Goshen Youth Arts, Film Festival, Michiana Pottery Tour, and the bevy of downtown shops from pretzels to books to breweries to wineries. Two more peripheral. The Community Foundation has invested some money in a number of things in Goshen. And the Midwest Museum of American Arts, who's not in Goshen, but it's in the region, it's in its 40th year of sponsoring the regional juried exhibition. The prospectus is just out if any of you want to make application. And they have, for at least the last 20 or 25 years of the 40, have offered at least 20 and sometimes up to $30,000 in merit awards and purchase awards. And in the process have developed and educated a whole group of collectors. And that's been an incredible gift to this community. So this combination of 10 things, I think, has made it possible for this little town to be a place where we have a thriving arts community and are at this point now to kind of move forward.